So we start one unit lesson C. Unit 1 lesson C. Everyday English. It was really nice to meet you. We're going to learn how to greet people and end conversations. Also the sentence stress and showing interest. Cómo saludar a las personas. How to greet people. Now, in your country, what do you normally say and do when you first meet somebody new? Cuando apenas conocen a alguien nuevo. First meet somebody new. And what do you say and do when you meet someone you know well? For example, here, we hug and kiss. We shake hands. Nos abrazamos y damos un beso. We shake hands. Obviamente no un beso en la boca, sería un beso en la mejilla. We shake hands, nos saludamos, nos sacudimos la mano. And say, now look at the photographs. Do you think the people in each photo know each other well? And why? ¿Creen que se conozcan bien o no? Okay, watch or listen to part 1 and check your answers to 1B.
Annie? Rachel! Long time no see. How are you? I'm great. What a lovely surprise. Great to see you. Yeah, you too. When did we last see each other? Oh, I think it was about 6 years ago. So, where are you living these days? Oh, not far from here. I live on Hampton Street. Do you know it? Yes, I do. That's really close to the centre. How about you? We live on Compton Road. Oh, how nice.
My name's Mark, by the way.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Sorry, yes, Mark's my husband. Husband? Wow, that's fantastic news. When did you get married?
8 months ago.
It was 6, Mark. Well, congratulations. I want to know all the details. Look, I'm going to the cafe down the street now to meet Leo, my boyfriend. Would you both like to come? Yeah, that sounds good. Brilliant. Well, let's go.
Okay, so Annie knows really well. She knows really well the two women in the first picture, Annie and Rachel, already know each other's names, Annie, Rachel, but Annie and Mark in the second picture are meeting for the first time. So they know really well, but Annie and Mark, they don't know. He say, my name is Mark, hi, nice to meet you. Entonces, ellas se conocen, ellos no. Now, let's check. Watch or listen again are the sentences 1 to 5 true or false, and correct the false sentences. So, go back to that part of the video, regresense a esa parte del video, and check all these sentences. Okay, once you're finished, una vez que terminen, once you're finished, let's check. 1. The last time Rachel and Annie saw each other, una a la otra, was 6 years ago. It's true. Annie lives really close to the center. Rachel and Mark got married 6 months or 8 months ago, if Mark is right. Annie has a boyfriend. It's true. Her boyfriend is Leo. Do you remember Leo? Okay, Rachel, Mark, and Annie decide to go to a restaurant together. Well, they don't decide to go to a restaurant, they decide to go to a cafe. Now let's check. Useful language, greeting people. Complete the sentences from part 1 with the words in the box. Listen and check your answers. Okay, so these are from the conversation between them, so you need to remember and complete the sentences. Okay, so listen and check your answers.
Track 1.16.
Long time no see. How are you? Great to see you. Where are you living these days?
My name's Mark, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so here are the answers. So we have C or you. To see you these days, by the way, meet you. So aquí tenemos hi, my name is Mark, by the way, que significa por cierto, my name is Mark. Look at phrases in 2A. Which can you use to speak to someone you know? ¿Cuál pueden utilizar to someone you know? And which can you use to speak to someone you are meeting for the first time? Okay. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Long time no see. Tiempo sin verte. No, long time no see. Someone you know. How are you? Great to see you. Where are you living these days? ¿Dónde estás viviendo en estos tiempos? ¿O dónde estás viviendo ahora? Where are you living these days? Okay, and someone you're meeting for the first time. My name is. By the way, so you can use your name. My name is Charlie. By the way, my name is Brian. By the way, and 6. Nice to meet you. Un gusto conocerte. Nice to meet you. Now listen and note down some possible replies to the phrases in 2A. Do you know any different ways to reply to each phrase in 2A? Entonces van a tener que escuchar y revisar algunas maneras para contestar a estas frases. ¿Ok?
Track 1.17. 1,
Long time no see. Yes, it is. Great to see you.
2,
How are you? I'm great, thanks. How are you?
3,
Great to see you. Lovely to see you too.
4,
Where are you living these days? I live on Hampton Street. Do you know it?
5,
My name's Mark, by the way.
Hi, nice to meet you.
6,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, look at the phrase. No, it's here. Do you know any different ways to reply to each phrase in 2A? ¿Conoce alguna otra manera to reply to each phrase? Okay, now work in pairs and take turns saying the phrase in 2A and replying. So one student is going to say this phrase and the other student is going to reply. Now we continue on conversation skills. Showing interest. Listen and complete the conversation from part 1 with the adjectives in the box. We have fantastic, lovely, good, nice.
track 1.18. 1,
Long time no see. How are you? I'm great. What a lovely surprise. Great to see you.
2,
We live on Compton Road. Oh, how nice.
3,
Mark's my husband. Husband? Wow, that's fantastic news.
4,
Would you both like to come? Yeah, that sounds good. Brilliant. Let's go.
Okay, so these are the answers. Now look at the conversations in 3A. Do the highlighted phrases give information or show interest? Okay, these help us to show interest, para mostrar interés, to show interest. Now, what kind of word completes each phrase? 1 to 4. Choose the correct form from the box. Here we have adjective plus noun and adjective. So you need to put it in the box. Por ejemplo, what a, ¿con qué se completó? With adjective plus noun or plus adjective. Okay. Adjective plus noun. What a. What a lovely surprise. And here, how nice. It's an adjective. Ya no tenemos que agregar un sustantivo. En este, that sounds, en an adjective, solamente un sustantivo. That's good, that sounds good, that sounds nice, that sounds lovely. And here, an adjective. That's lovely news, that's good news. Entonces nada más en el what a vamos a tener que completarlo con un sustantivo. What a fantastic surprise, what a lovely surprise. En este caso estamos utilizando sorpresa. Sin embargo, podemos utilizarlo con otras cosas. Por ejemplo, day. What a beautiful day. Now, working pairs take turns to tell your partner about yourself. Reply using the phrases in 3C. Tell your partner where you live, something you did at the weekend, some news, alguna noticia que tengas, what job you do, and what you're studying these days. Van a tener que decirle a su compañero one of these things, and your partner is going to reply with one of these phrases. Okay? So we continue to the next part. Pronunciation, sentence stress. Listen to the sentences and notice words with the stressed syllables.
Track 1.19.
I think it was about 6 years ago. I live on Hampton Street.
My name's Mark, by the way.
Mark's my husband. I'm going to the cafe down the street now. To meet Leo, my boyfriend.
Okay, now look at the sentences in 4A. Which words have stressed syllables? Grammar words or words that give information. For example, here, live. It's a grammar word or a word that gives information. Hampton, Mark. Words that give information. I think it was about 5 years ago, 7 years ago. I live on Hampton Street. I work on. Entonces vamos a utilizar las palabras donde estamos dando información. Now listening. Look at the picture from part 2. Who is the fourth person at the cafe? Does he know Rachel and Mark? Who is this? Who is the fourth person? And does he know them? Okay. He is Leo and his boyfriend. He doesn't know Rachel and Mark. Now, what do you think they will talk about in the cafe? In pairs, think of 3 things, then watch or listen to part 2. Were you right? Piensen de qué van a hablar, what they will talk about, and think of 3 things. ¿Qué 3 temas pudieran hablar? Okay?
Do you play much sport?
Not really. I occasionally watch the rugby on TV, but I'm not a big sports fan.
Did you see them this weekend?
Oh, not sport again. So, have you got any exciting plans for next week?
Well,
No, not really. Just work. I've got a lot to do in the shop this week because we're going to a wedding next weekend. Oh, the shop. What do you do? I'm a florist. What a great job. Where's the shop? Not far from here. I'll show you sometime. That would be great. And are you the manager or? Well, not really. It's my shop. Oh, wow, that's amazing. So, you're a businesswoman. Do you work on your own?
No, I have someone to help. Tina. She comes in for a few hours every day.
Oh, that's good.
How about you? What do you do?
Oh, marketing. Boring.
Same as Mark. He works in marketing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I find it boring.
Do you have any plans for the weekend?
Actually, yes. I'm going to visit my brother.
Oh, I remember Dan. How is he?
He's fine. He's married now to Martina.
Anyway, we really must go. We need to get back to the shop.
Yeah, of course.
It was really nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
It was great to see you again, Annie.
Yeah, we must meet up soon.
Definitely.
Actually, it's Leo's birthday in a couple of weeks. Perhaps we could meet then.
Okay, great. I'll give you a call. And say hello to Dan for me.
Okay, so were you right about the three things they talk about? Well, they talk about the sports, plans for next week or weekend, about jobs and family. Now watch or listen again and answer the question. Do Rachel and Mark have plans for next week? What job does Rachel do? Who helps Rachel at the shop? What does Annie say about her job? What does Mark do? What is Annie doing at the weekend? Why do Rachel and Mark leave? And what suggestion does Annie make before they leave? So you need to go back to the video and watch it so you can answer these questions. Okay, so here we have the answer for question number 1, question for number 2, answer for number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now, useful language, ending conversation. Listen and complete the phrases for ending a conversation. Para terminar una conversación. For ending conversation.
Track 1.21. 1,
We really must go.
2,
It was really nice to meet you.
3,
It was great to see you again, Annie.
4,
Yeah, we must meet up soon.
5,
Say hello to Dan for me.
Okay, we really must go. En realidad nos tenemos que ir. We really must go. It was really nice to meet you. It was great to see you again. Yeah, we must meet up soon. Nos tenemos que reunir pronto. We must meet up soon. Say hello to Dan for me. Okay, so which phrase in 6A do we use when you say goodbye to somebody you have just met? A quien acabas de conocer. Which phrase do you use? You say, it was really nice to meet you. This is a phrase when you meet someone for first time. Entonces tenemos que estas frases las utilizamos cuando quieres terminar de hablar con alguien. Cuando estás terminando una conversación, puedes utilizar algunas de estas frases. Y como vimos, it was really nice to meet you, se utiliza cuando conociste a alguien por primera vez. Now put the sentences in the correct order to make a conversation. So here we have number 1. Dan, is that you? Okay, so what do you think is number 2? And complete the conversation, putting the phrases, putting the sentences in the correct order. Okay, so this is the order. Dan, is that you? Hi, Sarah. No, okay, wait, yes. Hi, Sarah, long time no see you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is Dan, is that you? I'm fine. You, where are you living these days? You too. I'll give you a call. No, sorry. This is 1. This is 2. Hi, Sarah. Long time no see. 3 is this? Yeah, I think I last saw you at John's wedding. How are you? 4. I'm fine. And you? Where are you living these days? Not far from here. Look, I'm sorry, but I really must go. I'm late for a meeting. Oh, that's fine. It was great to see you. You too. I'll give you a call. Okay, so this is the order. Now for the last part, speaking. Student A go to 7B below, and student B go to page 129. And you have to complete the exercise reading the instruction. Read card 1, think about what you want to say. Start the conversation with student B, use your own name. So you need to follow these instructions. Tienen que seguir estas instrucciones para elaborar una conversación con su compañero. And now you can do the unit progress test. Now 1D, skills for writing. I'm sending you some photos. So learn to write a personal email and correcting mistakes. Read the messages 1 to 3 and answer the questions. What do the highlighted phrases mean? ¿Qué significan estas frases? And do you ever send or receive these kind of messages? ¿Alguna vez recibes estos tipos de mensajes? Who to or who from? ¿De quién o para quién? ¿A quién se los envían o de quién los reciben? And why? We have 1. I can't seem to get in touch with you. Call me. Did you get my last text? Are you okay? We haven't heard from you for a long time. So, get in touch, get in contact, keep in touch means stay in contact. Mantenerte en contacto. Number 2, receive. Did you receive my last text? Haven't heard from you, haven't received a call or a message. ¿Estás bien? Are you okay? We haven't heard from you for a long time. No hemos sabido nada de ti por un buen tiempo. Okay, so these are the meanings. And these are with your own answers. Now listen to Nina and Chris talking about keeping in touch, mantenerse en contacto, keeping in touch with friends and family. Who is better? ¿Quién es mejor en mantenerse en contacto? Who is better at keeping in touch? Nina or Chris?
Track 1.22.
So, are you good about keeping in touch with people?
Not really. I always plan to write to people, but then I forget. I send emails to my parents sometimes, about once a month. But more often I get emails from them saying, "Are you okay? We haven't heard from you for a long time." Then I always send them a quick email and tell them what I'm doing. How about you?
Oh, I like keeping in touch. I think it's important to keep in touch with your family. I write emails to my parents sometimes, but I also phone or Skype. I phone my mother every weekend.
Every weekend?
Yes, she gets worried about me, and she wants to know what I'm doing.
I hardly ever phone my parents. I wait until I go and see them and talk to them then.
Don't you ever phone them to have a chat?
No, I only phone if it's something important. You don't have to be in touch with people all the time.
What about friends? Surely you keep in touch with friends.
Not very much. Maybe I should do. I send texts or messages sometimes, but that's about all. I always think if you have good friends, you can talk about everything when you meet. It's more fun to tell people your news when you can have a real conversation.
Oh, well, I often send messages to people so they know I'm thinking about them. And sometimes when I have a particularly good photo, I send it to everyone by email. I think it's a nice thing to do.
Okay, so who is better at keeping in touch? Nina or Chris? It's Chris. Now you have to listen again and answer the question. Why doesn't Nina send many emails? Entonces tienen que regresarlo a esa parte del video. Listen again and answer the questions. Once you're finished, una vez que hayan terminado, once you're finished, these are the answers. Okay, were you right? Fine. How often do you keep in touch with family and friends? Circle the correct adverb for you. Always, generally, sometimes, or rarely. Think about a family member who lives in a different place and a friend who you don't see very often. Which of these do you do with each person? Write the first letter of their name. Entonces van a pensar a family member or a friend, and you have to write the first letter of their name. Talk on the phone or Skype. ¿Quién de los dos? Puede ser que ambos. Send emails or messages. Send picture, video, or web links. Hardly ever keep in touch. Meet for a chat. Now, which of these opinions do you agree with? It's nice to see photos of what your friends are doing. Do you agree? You don't have to keep in touch with people all the time. Do you agree with this? If your parents worry a lot, you should phone them. Now reading. Simon is a student from England. Look at his pictures from Salamanca in Spain. What do you think he's doing there? We have some pictures. What do you think he's doing? He is learning or studying Spanish. Now read the emails and check your ideas in 2A. Which email is to his friend Blake, is to his younger sister Mika, and which email is to his uncle and aunt. So you need to read these emails and describe who is the email to. ¿Para quién es el email? Okay, so I'm going to give you time so you can read all the text, all the emails, and you can answer this part. Fine? So pause the video and read the text. So, number 2 is for his friend Blake. Number 1 is for her uncle and aunt. And 3 is for her younger sister, Mika. And who does Simon write to about these subjects? ¿A quién le escribe sobre estos temas? Who does Simon write to about these subjects? So you need to read the emails again. The weather, uncle and aunt. What he does in the evening, Blake. The family he's staying with, Mika. Learning to speak Spanish, uncle and aunt. And the other students, Blake. Now answer the questions about Simon's email. What does he say about speaking Spanish? And why do you think he said different things about this to each person? ¿Por qué creen que le diga que diga cosas distintas a cada persona? Okay, number 1, he's improving. He usually speaks English with his group, which is not very good for his Spanish. He usually speaks Spanish with Blanca and her friends. Okay, so this is what he says about Spanish. Now the next part, correcting mistakes. Look at the pair of sentences A to D. Which pair has mistakes in grammar, spelling, punctuation marks, and capital letters? Okay, so A has mistakes of punctuation. Hope you here we should have an apostrophe. You're both well and you apostrophe are enjoying the summer. Are you having a good time in Berlin? And it's a question, so we need a question mark. Okay, now in number 2, well, in B, capital letters. In C, grammar. D, about a spelling. Spelling, recuerden que es ortografía. Grammar, todas las reglas gramaticales que hemos visto. Punctuation marks, por ejemplo, una coma, un punto, a question mark, un signo de interrogación, an exclamation mark. Capital letters, ¿se acuerdan que son capital letters? Mayúsculas. Okay, now match the rule with mistakes in 5 of the sentences in 3A. A1 to D2. Entonces tienen que describir cuáles son las reglas con los errores que tenemos del A1 al D2. Okay, the present continuous is formed be plus verb plus ing is with C1. Entonces, ¿cómo quedaría? Si decimos que tiene que estar el verbo to be, el verbo ing. Okay, when we leave out a letter, we write an apostrophe A1. We use the present simple to talk about habits. C2, she speaks English quite good, but we're usually speaking Spanish together. 4 with D2, if a word ends in Y, we change it to IES in the plural. D2, we're all from different countries, so we usually speak English. Place name start with a capital letter, B1. So now you need to correct all the mistakes in the sentences in 3A and check your answers in Simon's email. Tienen que corregir los errores y revisar aquí si están bien. Okay. So, here we have the correct form, correct way. We have the correct way to write these sentences. Now writing. Write an email to a friend or a family member who you don't see very often. Write about how you are, what's new for you, the place you're living or the people you're spending time with, con la que estás dedicando tiempo, you're spending time with, what you're doing these days. Work in pairs and exchange emails. Read your partner's email and circle their mistakes and write these letters at the end of the line. Van a tener que cambiar con sus compañeros y si tienen errores, les van a tener que poner, los van a encerrar y van a tener que poner de qué tipo de errores. Okay, so work in pairs and correct the mistakes in your emails together. We finish Unit 1, Review and Extension. Number 1. Put the words in the correct order to make questions. So you need to check the word order. Now complete the conversation with the present simple or present continuous form of the verbs. So you need to check if it's present simple or present continuous, if it's positive, negative, or a question. Vocabulary. Complete the sentence with the correct adjectives. So here we need some adjectives. Now choose the correct answers. We have some adverbs. Tenemos algunos adverbios. ¿Cuáles son los que mejor describen la situación? Now word power like. Match sentences 1 to 4 with replies A to D. I got a jacket like yours. What was the film like? I enjoy visiting countries with a lot of history, like Greece. We can go for a walk later if you like. Aquí tenemos like, distintas maneras. Entonces tendríamos que tener las respuestas. Yes, that would be great. And Italy, me too. Yes, this style's popular at the moment. I thought it was alright, but my friend hated it. So number 1 with C, number 2 with D, number 3 with B, and number 4 with A. So match the expressions in bold, like, what was like if you like, from 3A with the meanings A to D. Here we have, what was your opinion of? ¿Con cuál de estas podemos, bueno, cuál de estas tiene este significado? What was your opinion of? Similar to, if you want, and for example. Okay, so what was your opinion of? With the film. What was the film like? What was your opinion of the film? Ok, entonces lo utilizamos para preguntar que cómo estuvo. What was the film like? What was your opinion? Similar to, I got a jacket similar to yours. If you want is if you like. If you like, if you want, it's the same. And for example, like Greece. I enjoy visiting countries with a love of history, like Greece, like Italy. Now complete the sentences with the words in bold from 3A. So you need to use all these words to complete this part. So pause the video, complete the exercise, and when you're finished, let's check the answer. Now it's like most of the others. We can meet tomorrow if you like. Okay, come to my flat for a coffee. Do you want me to bring something to the dinner party? Yes, bring something sweet, like some ice cream. We went to that new restaurant yesterday. What was it like? ¿Cómo estuvo? What was it like? We often use like with the verbs look and sound. Look at examples. Saying people or things are similar. Que las personas o algunas cosas son similares. John looks like his brother. They're both tall with black hair. Entonces, son similares en su apariencia. Ambos son altos y con cabello negro, entonces se ven iguales. Look like his brother. I think this new song sounds like the Beatles. Suena igual que los Beatles. Sounds like the Beatles. We use it to say that what you think will happen. Lo que creen que va a pasar. It looks like it may rain. It's very cloudy. Entonces esto quedaría como parece que va a llover. Está muy nublado. It looks like it may rain. It's very cloudy. To give your opinion from what you heard or read. Para dar opinión. I spoke to Sarah yesterday. It sounds like, parece que, it sounds like she had a really good holiday. Parece que tuvo unas grandes vacaciones. It sounds like she had a really good holiday. Now complete the sentences with the correct forms of look like or sound like. Okay? So, it's everything for this part. Review your progress. How well did you do in this unit? What can you do now? And how well can you do it? ¿Qué puedes hacer y qué también lo puedes hacer? Write 3, 2, or 1 for each objective, where 3 is very well, 2 is well, and 1 is not so well. So, it's everything for this part.